This is the second part of the Biometar CLA tutorial or adventure. I have cleaned these rings in the ultrasound bath. They look decent, a lot better than they used to be. I think I will try to polish a bit these shiny parts. Maybe I can get more out of them. The good part is this is the front lens element and it's surprisingly clean with only the cold cream, and I washed the lens after leaving the cold cream in place with just plain warm water and soap, and it is really okay. The alcohol did nothing, so either the dirt was too hard or simply the cream really is a good way to approach these things. Okay, for today I have to go through the optics. So the optics should separate from this helicoid barrel. So it's the barrel with the helicoid, the two prongs, and this rim. And we have 1, 2, 3 retainers. Probably the outer retainer keeps the whole thing in place, and the smaller ones, the inner retainers, are for the front lens. Actually, not the front, but the front as it is right now, the front lens group. Okay, let's see. So it's still not separating. That means there's something else in there. Also, I will make a little mark on the prong and this bit of the barrel, of the lens barrel, just in case, although it doesn't move around, so maybe it has some system with a groove or something to keep the two elements aligned, but just in case. Okay. Yep. So there's a little pin here and a groove here, and the pin slides within the groove, like come on, like this. All right. Now I have already cleaned the outer helicoid as much as I could without any soap and water, because this was still in place. So I'll just leave it here and clean it further. Now this one is full of fungus and I need to take out to take out the lenses. This one simply unscrews. Apparently you don't need any tool for that. It also has some fungus around this area, hopefully is on the surface and not between the elements. We'll see. Okay, so this is the front element. This is the aperture that I can move around like this. And there are still 1, 2 retainers on this side and 1, 2, 3 retainers on this side. So I suppose the little ones, this one and at least this one, keep some of the rear elements in place, while these two might keep the actual aperture in place, because the control ring is usually just floating around and it's kept in place by something, usually a retainer or a pin or something. I'll try to use a pointed spanner because the distance from the slot, so the distance from here to the point where it meets the glass in the same plane is very small, so this might not fit, or it might hit the glass if I'm not super careful. Alright, so this part of the lens is clean. It doesn't really have anything on it. I don't see, maybe slight... Oh, no, it has traces of fungus. So I will have to open it up even further. 2 more retainers to go. Okay, and this is the last element. So that means this one, or better said these ones, because we have 1, 2, 3 retainers on this part and 2 on this part, are holding the aperture mechanism in place. I'll just blow some air and pretty much leave it alone. This one is moving really easily, and I see 1, 2, 3 little balls inside, so there are it has a ball bearing system for the rotation of the aperture blades. I think it's working perfectly fine, so I'll just leave it alone. This one needs to go back. Okay, and now I will will just have to give these lenses the hand cream treatment. And yeah, I'll be back to hopefully reassemble the lens. Alright, so I've got everything cleaned. Unfortunately, this element is somewhat affected. So there are a lot of fungus marks. I don't think there's any fungus left, but the coating was pitted by the fungus. So that's a bad news. I tried alcohol, I tried hydroxy peroxide, I tried another application of cold cream, and nothing happens. If I keep the lens like this and look under magnification from this angle, I can actually see the surface being like being etched by something. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's on the back of the lens, so it will probably have some effect on the images. We will see. I also cleaned everything with hydroxy peroxide in case there are any spores, fungal spores. The hydroxy peroxide should get rid of them. That's the theory. So I guess all that's left now is to put the lens back. And I will start with this one. This is from the front group. Yeah. Well, it's a lot better than it was, but is still far from perfect. I don't know if I can have anything else to try with this lens, back lens element. I'll be able to do it whenever. It doesn't matter. It will be like this after reassembly, so I have direct access to this rear element. Maybe, I don't know, get another opinion on the matter. I think I've got a very little piece of lint inside. All right, good enough. So this was the reassembly of the optical part of the lens, and now I suppose we should get these bits and pieces back together. So this one needs to be screwed in here, right? This is the simple screw, the one with only one entrance. We'll check that out. 1.5, that's okay. Okay, so so it goes just below 1 meter and it should stop at infinity. So this piece is complete. I also check my notes just in case I don't miss anything. So we had fully screwed in at 1.5 meter mark, then back off till infinity mark. Okay, that one is okay. And now for this part, I'm checking to make sure that I have the lubricant in all the grooves of the helicoid. I'd be tempted to believe that screwing the two halves in and out a couple of times would solve the problem, but apparently there are still a couple of small places where the lubricant didn't cover the entire surface of the grooves. Alright, and probably I could use something just a little bit lighter. Okay, and now I should have a mark. I have a mark here, I suppose that's the one. That should align with the infinity mark. Like this. And at infinity from the outer edge to the lens mount rim on body. So this one I should have 33.6 millimeters. And the infinity position is with these two flanges or these two prongs between the holes for the brackets. Okay, like this. So if I am to measure here, 33.6. So now I know, I have the certainty that the position is correct. All right. then we have this one that needs to go back, and I will also clean and lubricate this part and also this part. Okay, so cleaning this little bit. Let's see. I'll use a very little drop of Nye oil on the pivoting points. And also on this spring, so it's a bit protected from further rust. Okay, so my first attempt. In my first attempt, this. Let me. Okay. This little arm with the pin in at the end that needs to slide in this groove, so the gap between these two little flat surfaces, let's say. Now this arm somehow got here to the left of the flat surfaces. They are not flat surfaces. I think in my previous video I said something like that piece was like an U, and the arm with the pin would slide in between the side walls of the U, if I can say that. It's quite tricky to put back, but I guess that's the only thing you need to pay attention to. So the pin is clearly visible in this groove. All right, so this one is next, and no, this bracket is next. The little spring and ball, so it goes in this hole. I could use something heavier for this part. Okay, and only this one is left. I'm diluting deny oil, which is somewhat heavy. I wouldn't call it a super light oil. I'm diluting it with naphtha and isopropylic alcohol. So the film of oil spreads evenly across the springs and rotation parts. And if anything is too much and spills around, just give it a good clean. Alright. And this one goes like this. This part should be somewhere around here. So I suppose it's like this. No, it's like this. And for these 4 rusty screws, I will use something else, because that's how I got accustomed to, mainly Balistol. Oh, it's very smelly. It has a super weird smell, like I don't know how it's called. Star anise, I think. It's used in cooking. Actually, they say you can drink this stuff. So probably that's why it smells like that. Oh damn, that's an alcohol spillage. Alright, so here it is. It's looking quite alright for what it was. The focusing movement is very nice. The optics, aside from this rear element, is super okay, super clean. And I'm going to test it and see how it behaves in a real life situation. So what kind of results I can get from it. Alright, thank you. See you next time.